So welcome everybody and happy Wednesday night. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to these nights. As I said, I had a massage after work and I was lying there going, "Oh, can't wait to get home and share some creativity with everybody." The Country Bouquet stamp set. And yes, I've played I've played with this before. The punch is on back order so till sometime in April. So I'm going to be sharing this one. I know it's kind of late for Valentine's Day, but you can take this card and you can switch it up however you want. And I'm just going to show you basically how to use the Give It a Whirl dies. So these are really sort of set of dies that are intimidating. That's the word I'm looking for. They're very intimidating to use, and I'm going to show you how to use them. We're going to be using this big die, the stars. We're going to be using the clouds. We're going to be using the heart, the wheel, this wheel, and we're going to be using this banner die and this. Oh, and this die here. It's kind of tells you where to rotate. As you know, the Stampin' Up's catalog will be going through a transition period in the next little while. New catalog will be coming out, beginning of May. So this catalog goes to May 1st. So you know that with the new catalog, things will be coming and going. Rumor has it that there will be a color refresh. Don't know the details of that yet, but just giving you a heads up. One of the things that I expect will be retiring are the Give It a Whirl dies. They were in the catalog a year ago, or maybe they were in the mini catalog. I can't remember. And they had like astronauts with them. That's why I bought them. And the stamp set retired, but the dies stuck around, but there was no stamp set associated with them. So they're right now a standalone die set, but I'm going to show you how to use it and think outside the box, and I'm going to use it with Country Bouquet. Because we've got this heart here, it kind of works perfectly for Valentine's Day. I know Valentine's Day is on Tuesday. This doesn't give you a lot of time to make this if you wanted to, but at least it gives you an idea. The original card, we're also going to be using the time-worn type. I think that's what it's called. Oh, what a bad demonstrator I am. I think it's time-worn type 3D embossing folder. And the stamps we're going to be using are the hearts, which fell off my block, the solid hearts, the With Love, and they're all falling off my block, and the For You, and the big stamp is Just Want It to Say. If you wanted to, I'm going to leave the inside blank. I know I'm going to put Happy Valentine's Day, but if you wanted to, it just wanted to say with love, for you, and hearts does not scream Valentine's. If you wanted to put just wanted to say on the inside, if you had a happy birthday, you could use happy birthday. So I am using the Country Bouquet, which is a Valentine's themed stamp set, but think outside the box. You can use these sentiments, but just don't put Happy Valentine's on the inside and you don't have a Valentine's card. I am switching up the colors a bit because after I made the card, I thought it looked too baby-ish. So this is the card, and so it says For You, Just Want It to Say, and we've got some clouds. And then here, you'll see these arrows, and you just spin it around. This one I said, I love you. And then there's the hearts. And then on the inside, on this one, I did put Happy Valentine's Day. You can leave the Valentine's Day off and you do not have a Valentine's card. So I'm going to make it as is, but in Night of Navy. I thought the Night of Navy would be, this to me, anyone else, thumbs up, looks very babyish. And it could be because I've got the clouds and the stars going on down here. But these are part of the dies. And I saw them on another card and I really like them. So I wanted to use them. And we're going to be using vellum too. So the large cloud and the small cloud are done in vellum. All right. Okay, so let's get started. Clean my desk off a little bit because I was told and my desk is messy sometimes. So I've got to clean my desk off. Oh, and I'm going to be using the silver twine. Oh, and yes, and here we go. And I need brad. So I am going to be using one of the round white brads. That one, those ones there. Okay. All right. And I haven't done a lot of the die cut. I've done some of the die cutting, but some of them I'm going to do with you. So I'm going to start off with the Night of Navy, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. The inside of the card is going to be 5 1/4 by 4, and that's on the inside. And the outside of the card is again 5 1/4 by 4, but we're going to die cut that out. Using the basic white, I've already die cut this out, and that's what you get. I have already die cut out the banner using the banner die, and using the 3 clouds, 1, 2, 3. I'm die cutting out the large one in the vellum, and Stampin' Up's vellum cardstock is the best because it's a bit thicker than regular generic vellum. And then the middle one, I'm using the Pool Party. I think it's Pool Party. And then the smaller one, I'm die cutting it out again in the vellum. So that's the 3. And then the stars, there's two dies with the 3 stars each. And I cut them out twice. I used one for the first card, and now I think it's Smoky Slate. So that's that one. I know, I die terrible. My mind is just going these days. All right, so let's start with some of the die cutting. Late But Here, Facebook user, thank you, Late But Here. I'm not sure who it is. Let me see. So Late But Here. It's Marianne. Yay, Marianne. I got my iPad going here, so I'll have to so I can see names. I can go down here. So this is the front of the card. I am going to take the first piece of basic white and this large die that cuts the front of the card. You're going to ask me why I have a piece of washi tape here. Because there is this bar across here, which is needed because there's a hole right in the middle, you're going to get a really strong indent when you run this through the embossing folder. I found that by putting a piece of washi tape, and actually, you know, I could actually put another piece because I've run this through multiple times making cards. So I'm just going to put another piece of washi tape, and it's just going to eliminate that line a little bit. But to eliminate it even more, we are going to run it through. Is that too bright for you guys? Let me just, I thought maybe it was too dark in here, so I'm going to, oh no, wrong one. Let me turn down the brightness. Maybe that's better. Okay, that might be better. So I'm going to run this through the embossing folder so that it eliminates part of that really strong line. So let me get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh, okay. It's heavy and awkward with one hand. Okay, so here we go. So you're not going to see this very well, but I'm going to take my piece of basic white, lay it down here. The plates, guys, are the plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, cardstock, the die, and then plate 3 again. I'm going to go slowly so I don't shake my camera. There we go. So that is cutting out that. And here you'll see that line right there. Believe me, it is a lot more prominent without the washi tape. So I've die cut that out. And now since I've die cut it out, I am going to run it through the embossing folder. So it is, let's see, It's one of the thick embossing folders. So I'm going to line it up. Oops, dirt on there. I'm going to line up the edge along that mark there, like this. I put on a heavy sweater when I came home from work, and now I've got all the lights on here and I'm sweltering. There we go. I'm going to lay that down, and now I've got plate 4. I'm going to lay that on top. So plate 1 and plate 4, and I'm going to run that through. I'm going to need the Stampin' Cut and Emboss for one more thing, so I'm going to just show you this first. So there it is, run through the embossing folder, and there's a little hole right there that, there you go. There's the little hole. That's where the brad's going to go through. Okay, so I'm just going to put this aside here because I need this. So I'm going to dry fit this onto here like that. And we've got these 2 arrows. You can see those 2 arrows going down. And it is this die, and it's just going to emboss it. You will need some washi tape for this. And this is approximately where I want to put it. And I want it to match up with this cutout. And there's a straight line. I am actually going to line that up against the edge of the cardstock. And I'm going to put, and if it's not perfect, guys, it's okay. And I'm just going to put the washi tape on here. I'm going to get another piece. Like I said, I've been using this, doing a couple of cards, making the Give It a Whirl. I've had them for a while, and when they first came out, I used it, but I haven't used it for a while. So I thought, oh, I want to bring it out. So there it is, and I've added it, washi tape on here, so it's butted up right against that edge. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring back a Stampin' Cut and Emboss. We need plate 1, 2, sorry, plate 1. We've got plate 2. We've got plate 3. And now I'm going to put in the cardstock. I'm going to open it up and put it in so just that edge goes in there. And then I'm going to bring another plate 3. And I'm going to run it through. And it's just going to give a bit of impression of those 2 arrows. And if you're curious, I do have a glass of wine with me tonight. And I'm really not a drinker, guys, but you're giving me an excuse to have a glass of wine on Wednesday night. And now I'm just going to pull the washi tape off, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Be careful when you pull it off. The washi tape, the new washi tape could just tear the paper a little bit. Let's see, there you go. Can you see that? So there are the 2 arrows going down. So it just tells the recipient, scroll down, pull that down so that you can see the sentiments. So now we have this circle. Again, you can see there are 3 sections, and they're kind of seen. You can kind of see them. There you go. You can see there's one. So that's one section, another section, and another section. I can see it, but you guys probably can't see it very well, but I'm going to stamp within those sections. So I'm going to start off with, I need to clean my blocks because my stamps aren't sticking to it. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp the hearts, and I'm going to put 2 hearts. And if they're not perfectly aligned, that doesn't matter, as long as they're within this square. Okay, so I'm going to, and this is Night of Navy. I'm going to put one there and one there. Okay, there's there's that. And now I'm going to spin it, and you'll see in the next section here, I'm going to do the for you, like that. And then I'm going to stamp the with love. And that would make a perfect card, right? So for you, with love, hearts, and you're not saying I love you, you're not saying happy Valentine's Day, and then with love. Okay. I need to bring out the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because you know what I forgot to do, and I should have done this first. I should have lined this up like that. After die cutting out this shape, I should have die cut this first, then run it through the embossing folder. So you know what's going to happen when I run this through the through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's going to flatten out all of these words. But c'est la vie. I am going to line up that hole with that hole on the die. And you can, if you want to, use a little piece of washi tape. It would also make a nice anniversary. Yes, it would make a beautiful anniversary card. And what I like about this set is that you've got this shape. Instead of, if you didn't want to use the heart, you could use this shape. Or you could use this shape, or you can use this shape. And if you use this shape, you would die cut this out and it would be a frame around that. So it's really useful, but I don't think it's going to carry over. I think it's going to retire. Okay, so now I'm going to die cut this out, and I'm really sorry, but it's going to flatten some of the images. When you're die cutting out and you want to emboss, you should always die cut first, then emboss, so that you're not flattening out the sentiments. It's not too bad. You'll see it's still okay, but it's not as raised as the other one is, but it worked. I started using Post-it notes instead of washi tape. Well, okay, and so I'm not a washi tape fan, and I have a lot of washi tape. I have to use it up. So that I'm using it up for stuff like this. But yeah, I'm not washi tape doesn't last when you put it on a project. Personally, I don't think it does anyhow. Okay, so there is the embossed piece. You can see it's not quite as raised as it was. And now I'm going to take the sentiments and my brad, which I took out of the thing, but I shouldn't have, because you know I lose everything. And I'm using the little one. You can use any one you want. And I'm going to poke it through and then poke it through here yet again. And then just make sure, and I should have done this ahead of time, dry fit it. So I make sure that you've got the sentiments or whatever you're stamping that are up high enough so that they appear in the window that you have. And because I've done this before, I could have put that one up a little bit higher, but yeah, I should have die cut the heart out first and then flip it back like that. Okay. And now we're going to add it onto here. Now we need dimensionals, and you need lots of dimensionals. I'm going to put dimensionals like here. I want them so that the spinner has enough room to spin, and that the dimensionals aren't going to interfere with it, but that it's raised it up enough that it'll spin okay. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals down here. And then I'm going to take two little dimensionals, or you can cut a couple of these if you wanted to. And I'm going to put one right here on this corner, because it's going to raise it up just a little bit, and but not interfere with the spinner. And then one on this corner like that. Okay. And now I'm looking to make sure I didn't forget something. And I'm just going to adhere this on. I'm excited. On Saturday, I'm going to be a customer for a day-long event with another demonstrator, virtual. And she has, it's just for demonstrators, and she has some of the top demonstrators in the UK and in the US and Canada doing presentations. And I'm very excited. So you might see some inspiration come from that. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere this to here. And you know what? I'm going to put another dimensional right here because because that's sagging a little bit. That's sagging, and I don't like how it's sagging. When you die cut and then emboss things, yeah, it spreads the paper, kind of it loosens the fibers of the paper. Make sure I'm not interfering with that. Yeah, it's good. So I'm still able to spin it around. There we go. All right, so that is the outside of the card. Now or that's the mechanism. I went with Night of Navy, but I still think I like Pool Party better, but that's just me, just me. Okay, so now I'm going to layer these on, and I'm going to take some Tombow glue and put Tombow glue down on the bottom. I find with the Tombow glue, if you use Tombow glue on the vellum, if you spread it out, you're not as likely to see it as much as you do on regular cardstock or on regular ink. So if I spread it out, it blends a little bit more in with the vellum. Hope that makes sense. And then also because I've got this texture here, but I'm going to show you what I mean. So see, I've put there we go, Tombow glue behind it, but I've spread it out so that it's not clumpy, and it sort of somewhat blends in with the vellum. All right, and now I'm going to take this one, and I am going to pop it up. That one's going to get popped up, and I'll use little ones. And a little one on that corner, and then I'm going to use a couple big ones. Like that. So would you guys make this as a Valentine card, or would you change it up to a birthday card? Because someone is going to get this, so I won't do the sentiment on the inside until he says, I'm going to put this in the mail to somebody. And it's going to be too late for Valentine's, right? So if you want a birthday, I'll put the birthday sentiment on the inside. And then I'm going to put this one here like that. And I am going to put a little bit of Tombow at the top, but I'm going to put a couple of small dimensionals down here because it's a card. I got to vote for birthday card. I don't do Valentine's card. So what would you, if you got this card in the mail, what would you want? And would you want birthday, or would you want Valentine, or would you want hello friend? I love that we are friends. That's another stamp. I could change it up to any sentiment, or if you wanted, I love that we're friends. So Debbie, have birthday card. Okay, I think birthday card is the consensus. So birthdays. So that is the flag, and I am going to say, just want it to. I'm going to stamp. I just want it to say. Okay, so now I'm going to take. I just want it to say. Now you'll see there's 3 dots down there. I am going to do it. There's not enough room for all 3 dots, so I'm going to do it so that just want it to say. You might get 1 dot, but if you don't get any, that's okay. So there you go, like 1 little dot at the end. So it fits on there, but not all 3 dots. And I'm going to put that like this. I'm going to cover up the 2 dimensionals that are down there. I'm going to put a little dimensional on either end, like that, and like that. And some Tombow glue in betwixt. You like that word, in betwixt? And like that. Okay. And now I'm going to take the stars, and did I pop that one up? Yeah. I'm going to put a little dimensional on the big star on the edge, and then a little bit of Tombow glue, like that, like this. I saw another card that used the stars and the clouds, and I really liked it. So I thought, oh, I want to redo that. And then here's the medium star, and I'm just going to tuck it down there like that. This one I tucked it under there, but I've got the ribbon there, the bow there. So this one I'm going to tuck under here like this. Oops. And then here's the wien. And I'm going to put some Tombow blue here. And then add that there like that. And then the Simply Elegant trim. Love this stuff. And make a little simple bow. With this stuff, you really have to pull it tight left and right so that it doesn't lose, it doesn't come undone. You have to make sure it's really tight. And I'm going to use a glue dot. I use 2 glue dots so that it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm not going to stamp. I'll find a birthday sentiment and I'll stamp the happy birthday on the inside before I send it off. And I'm just going to put that there like that. Ta-da-da! There it is, and there's the For You with hearts and with love. And then on the inside, I still don't like that. I'm going to put another dimensional up there. There's a little pucker right there. A little pucker. Get anal about things. Okay, that's better. And make sure it goes around. You can see it a little bit though. There we go. There we go. Now we got rid of that. I got rid of that pucker. So it's going to be a birthday card for someone. With love and for you. Molly, good golly, Miss Molly is here too. Thanks, Molly. Thanks, everyone. That was a fast one. I know. And actually, I did some of the stamping, some of the die cutting and embossing with you. Just goes to show how quick one simple card can take, how quickly one card can be, right? Okay, I did have some stuff pre-cut and pre-die cut. So, yeah. So I'm going to put names and hats. And so this time, what I didn't bring out my bucket though. If I can figure out how to do this, like I said, I have my iPad going here beside me. And, oh, you're welcome, Emily. And shake it all up. Whoops. And the winner is Debbie. That's my terrible writing. Congratulations, Debbie. I hope you guys are inspired and that you enjoyed that project tonight. It's a really simple one. As I said, if I was a betting woman, I'm betting that this die set will retire. But who knows? I've been proven wrong before. All right, so have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Not sure what we're going to play with, but it'll be something. Maybe it'll be from the event I'm attending on Saturday. I'll be inspired by some projects made there. All right, happy stamping, and we'll talk to you all again soon.